How to cleanse your face.
Hello, welcome to Videojug. I'm Sarah Chapman, beauty expert and facialist, and I'm here to talk to you about how to get the best out of your cleansing routine. Cleansing is such an important step in skincare, especially if you live in a city, you're in pollution, maybe you wear makeup, but the general build-up of dirt and grime on the skin throughout the day is so important to remove. We're going to look at some different types of cleansers, and then we're going to show you some techniques and tips on how to get the best out of your cleansing. Your cleansing routine should be done every evening so that you lift off the dirt and the grime and makeup from the day. You can also choose to cleanse in the morning if your skin feels like it needs to be cleaned when you wake up. It's absolutely essential that every evening you do your cleansing routine. We're going to show you some techniques on how to apply your cleanser and massage it into the skin. We're going to use a cleansing cream, so great for a normal to dry skin, but use any of your cleansers in exactly the same way as this. So just take a small amount of your cleanser, roughly this sort of proportion, and just massage it between your hands before you go to put it onto the skin. Then take it onto your face. Remember always as well to work the neck and the décolleté when you're working at home. Work it into the skin. One of the most important things for cleansing is to actually really massage it in, because you've got to think about what you're trying to do. You're trying to lift dirt and makeup and pollution and grime out of the pores. So there's no point in just sweeping it across, because it's not going to do that. Melt it into the pores, really massage it in, especially if you've got any congested areas. So areas like the chin and the nose, it's really good to get your fingertips in, even get your knuckles in if you've got congestion, because it's a great way of really getting your cleanser into the skin. You'll probably find that your cleanser disappears into the skin like this is doing, especially if the skin is a little bit dry. So the best way then to lift out the dirt with the cleanser is actually to just moisten your hands, so just to put them in water. Best to do this over a sink if you're doing it at home. And then literally massage again into the cleanser, and you'll see it's starting to milk up and emulsify again. This is going to lift out all of the dirt, the grime, the pollutants, your makeup, and make it really easy to remove it from the skin. One of the nicest ways as well to remove it is to use something like a muslin cloth. And this is a great way to just lift off and exfoliate a little bit at the same time. So again, if you're doing this at home, you can literally take your cloth and pat it onto the face so that you're covering the face. We're going to just use it literally to just wipe away the makeup and the grime and the cleanser, leaving the skin feeling really clean, glowing, but not stripped. It's important not to strip the skin. Once you've completed your cleansing, you can now use a toner just to remove any residue of cleanser and just to refresh the skin. I like using a rose water. Rose water is really nice and soothing and refreshing for the skin, but you can choose different types of toner based on your skin type. Make sure that you don't use any toners with alcohol in, because they can be quite stripping and drying. So once you've done your cleansing, all you do is you take some cotton wool pads, soak them in your toner or rose water, and then just sweep them across the face. And always remember to do your neck as well. When you're doing this, sweep always in an upwards motion, because we're always trying to defy gravity. So we don't want sag, we want to just lift the skin upwards. So again, it's just sweeping it across the skin just to have a nice refreshing feel. Rose water also has a gorgeous smell, so it's a really nice one to use. I'm just going to show you now alternatives, so different cleansers that you might be using for your skin type. We've got an oil-based cleanser. This is great for oily skin, also if you've got a particularly dry skin, because it really cleanses well without actually stripping and leaving the skin feeling taut. You just take a small amount and melt it between your fingers. I'm just going to show you just onto the cheek here, just so that you can see how to work with these types of products. It will melt into an oil, and you'll feel that melting into the skin. Again, really working into any areas where there's congestion, blackheads, anywhere that you really need to lift out any dirt as well. Once you've worked it all over the face, all into the skin, you can actually add a little bit of water, and you'll see that it starts to melt onto the skin, starts to turn into a milk. This is going to mean that you can really remove it easily. So if you're worried about oil cleansers, don't be, because actually you can actually take them off quite well. You'll not be left with a residue. And if you use something like a muslin cloth, you're actually going to get the cleanser completely removed. So again, look how easy that is. Now the other option that you've got, if you've got an oily or combination skin, is actually to use a wash cleanser. So quite often these are cleansing gels, cleansing wash, foaming cleansers. And again, You just need to add a little bit of water, and these will kind of froth up, so they'll give you a nice foaming consistency. Then what you can do again is just work it all over the face, any areas where you've got congestion. We're just going to show you just on the cheek again. And this is going to lift off any dirt, any impurities and your makeup. Work it the same way that we showed before, and then just remove it with your cloths. And again, your skin will feel squeaky clean from using a foaming cleanser, but it won't feel stripped or drying. So that will leave the skin ready and prepped for the next stage of your skincare routine. So when you've finished your cleansing routine, you would then either go on to applying your moisturiser, so your daytime moisturiser, your nighttime moisturiser or your night oil, or if you're exfoliating, which you should do sort of 1 to 3 times a week, you would then go from your cleansing to your exfoliating step.
Done.